Welcome to Talk Tarot. Hey Libra, this is your Karmic Life Lessons reading for June the 21st to December 21st, 2018, covering the summer and winter solstice. I very much didn't want every reading to be a romantic reading, but there is a lot of love on these cards. When you look at the reading as a whole, there is a balancing of priorities being one of the key karmic lessons here, and the chasing of dreams. Let's just jump straight into it. The first position regards the life experiences and lessons that we should have learned during December 21st to June 21st this year. These are what we're taking forward with us. With the Three of Wands sitting pride of place, I feel that some of my Libras have learned to be more meditative, to be more calm, centred and grounded. It would also appear that in the past 6 months that events around your life have been having you asking questions, looking for answers, trying to understand why we've always done things the way we do them. There's a feeling of questioning the things we were told growing up, things that were supposed to guide our life, whether they're actually befitting the life that we want to lead. All in all, this seems to have been a period of intense self-reflection for many Libra. Some of my Libras have taken to esoteria or the occult, and there is a warning regarding that at the end of the reading in your last position. Whilst other Libra have been spending time thinking about relationships, traditional relationships, and whether they want this marriage or the traditionally presented type of relationship, whether that would work for them or not. What I can say from the combination of these three cards is that you're taking very interesting, rather positive energy through to the lessons of the next 6 months. Let's have a look now at the lessons that are still to be learned in this next 6 month period. In this position we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Strength and the Princess of Cups. So straight away, lots of emotional energy, lots of feminine energy. And it looks like one of the main lessons here for Libra over the next 6 months is how to remain compassionate whilst putting boundaries in place, allowing you to maintain your physical well-being and your emotional well-being with the Queen of Cups and Princess of Cups there. The Queen of Pentacles is a very, very grounded energy. It's a card that speaks to us of making the best of our resources. It's a card that speaks to us of being grounded, of realising what we have and what we have to offer. It's a card that in the context of these three cards suggests to me a need to realise your self-worth and to protect that worth by enforcing boundaries without losing the ability to be vulnerable and emotional. The Strength card coupled with the Princess of Cups, the Princess of Cups, the very dreamy energy, suggests to me that you have the strength, the inner strength, to be able to pursue your dreams in this 6 month period. There's almost a feeling of manifesting a dream into the physical with the presence of the Princess of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a very romantic period as well for Librans, so look out for lessons in love there. And that's certainly borne out by the next three cards, which fall in the position of the karma that needs to be balanced out in this next 6 month period. Obviously, when I say needs to, I actually mean it would benefit you to balance the karma out rather than it requires to be done. And here, Libra, we have three major arcana. We have the Justice, which is your own card, the Sun, and the Lovers. So the karma that we're going into balancing here is very, very important when it's three major arcana appearing. The Sun shows that there's good karma there. This is actually, I feel as if it's collecting good karma from a relationship that you've had in the past or from love that you've given in the past. This love does not necessarily need to be romantic. This could have been familial, it could have been friends, it could even be volunteering. There is good coming to Libra from the good that you have done in the past. There's certainly a suggestion of you being in your own power during this period with the Justice card being there. It looks like Libra are going to be enjoying a very attractive period of their life where they feel more attractive, where they are able to attract a partner based on their actual merits, as long as you pay attention to that Strength card and know when to let down the barriers that you've created through your previous experiences. The feeling I get from these three cards, coupled with what the cards we've already looked at, is almost if there's someone or some relationship already in your life, a relationship on offer that seems almost too good to be true. Now, that could be improvements in your current relationship if you're romantically focused. It could be someone coming in that seems too good to be true. And obviously I would refer to the previous three cards there. Remain grounded, open to your intuition with the Princess of Cups, and put in place barriers, boundaries that are sensible to maintain your groundedness and your romantic nature combined. The feeling of this idealistic love being available to you is certainly borne out by the next three cards, which fall into the most important lessons to learn in this solstice cycle. We have the Chariot, the Ace of Cups and the Star. These energies speak to moving on from a situation that was wounding in some way with the Star's presence, because there's healing there. There is the Chariot, suggestion of rapid progress, and the Ace of Cups, that new beginning, that new emotional or even spiritual beginning, a moment of sheer bliss, possibly ecstasy. The Ace of Cups there with its 12 stars coming out the cup has reminded me not to mention which signs could be actually involved in this, as it could be any sign of the zodiac. With the Chariot in prime position there, I feel that the self-reflective period you've gone through, possibly after heartache, or possibly just reviewing whether a traditional relationship would suit you or not, or why we do things, or why you do things the way you have always done, has actually went really well in your favour. You've worked out what you used to do, you've worked out a new way to do them in a more productive or better way to take you on the path to your dreams. The Ace of Cups can certainly, in a minute next to the Chariot, indicate chasing those dreams. It could be with the Star being on board that you've been told previously that you weren't good enough to go after something, and you've realised that in fact you are not only good enough, you have the strength to do so with that Strength card up there. There are a lot of major arcanas in your spread, Libra. With the Ace of Cups and the Star there, and the cards further down that we haven't gotten to yet, but they do have an air of darkness around them, I feel some of my Libra have been really struggling with something, and the message in that case is please hold on to hope. There is always hope. With the Chariot and the Ace of Cups next to each other, things are going to get better. Moving on to the helpful influences position, we have the King of Swords, we have the Seven of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Now for some of you, this helpful influence is going to be a air sign lawyer who's perhaps helping you to walk away from a marriage if you've been waiting on getting recompense from a marriage, getting the money sorted out, especially from a controlling partner. And here I'm getting a very Emperor vibe, a very Aries vibe. Almost like you're involved with someone who tried to rule with an iron fist. Now remember, even though I mentioned Emperor, that could be male or female, negatively expressing that energy on a daily basis, as it's watered down to the Four of Pentacles in the minor arcana. It is, however, nonetheless, or no less, I should say, difficult to live with. If you've been waiting on your decree site, it'll be coming through, the finances will be sorted, and you will be able to move on. For others of you, it will simply be an air sign of very masculine, very active energy, who will be there to help you as you move on, who will guide you on what you should hold on to, and on perhaps what you're entitled to. The Seven of Swords would normally be seen as a negative card. However, that yellow blanket that she has draped round her is very reminiscent at the moment to me of the Strength card from above, where we spoke about boundaries. those swords that she's walking away from, that could be you putting boundaries in place so that you can move on. I'm not seeing that as being devious and sneaky energy, just rather I'm moving on and being covered energy. Of course, there will be some of you who have experienced sneaky behaviour from an air sign energy, a very active, very logical, very cold person. Someone who thought they knew what was best for your life. Certainly that would reflect the Hierophant and the cards that we're taking, the energy, that we're taking with us into this next cycle. For others of you, if you're looking for financial assistance, possibly a bank loan, again, it does look like you're going to get that. It looks like you will be able to get the resources that you require to build this dream that we spoke of with the Ace of Cups energy and the Princess of Cups. There is financial assistance available to you, whether that be in the form of a bank loan or whether it's going to come as a result of an inheritance or something. There is certainly a suggestion of an inheritance being available to you in the next 3 cards, which we will look at now. These cards are the things to avoid. Position and Spirit spat out an extra card for you here. You've got 4 instead of the 3. We've got the Death card, the Devil, the World, and the 6 of Pentacles. This is where I saw the warning not to get involved in the occult. With the Death card, the Devil, and the World there's a definite warning not to get overly involved, I should say, in the occult. Be very careful what you're practicing and what you're doing and what you choose to believe there. There's also a warning whilst you are pursuing, it would appear to me to be a new relationship based on your previous sections of your reading. It could equally be a new career with the 6 of Pentacles there, but to beware of what someone's offering you, of staying by someone when you know that their energy's not good, basically, with the Devil card there, because of what they can provide for you. Because karmic payment will be required at some point. These are really the only cards in your spread that have given me any cause for concern. It's mostly been very positive energy, very progressive energy, Libra. With the Death card there and the Devil, now the Death card speaks to transformation and the Devil card speaks to bondage. Whatever's been holding you back from a relationship or whatnot, I'm going to say a relationship, it does seem like a relationship to me, is about to be transformed. Don't cling on to broken bonds or to a promiscuous way of life. The Death with the Devil card always speaks to me of the ending of a damaging type of lifestyle, and it's very often sexually involved. Certainly with the previous 3 cards, for those of you that are seeking divorce, stay away from revenge. You're getting away from that bondage. Don't jump from one bondage situation straight into another one. Also a warning in these cards of what you end now will be ended for good, because we have both the Death card, and the World. So what you bring to an end during this cycle will be over, ended for good. So beware of change for change's sake. Make sure the changes that you want to make, or the changes you're thinking of making, are actually needing to be made and won't come back and bite your backside later on. I don't want to alarm anyone, but these cards also contain the energy of suicidal thoughts. If you know a Libra who is suffering from depression, keep an eye on them. If you yourself, Libra, suffer from depression, get help as soon as you notice the signs, please. Don't give in to negative thinking. There are plenty of organisations out there open 24/7 a day, both in the UK, the US, I believe in Canada, I'm sure in the European countries at the very least, that are available to help you combat these types of tendencies. And I believe, Libra, I've had a warning before to guard against reckless behaviour. The Death card with the Devil and the World, again that warning is reinforced. Please guard against reckless behaviour in yourself. Let's have a look at the Angel Heart Sigil card, see what angels will be helping Libra through this period to make the best of these energies. So it looks like Archangel Shamael has been guiding you through the past 6 months' experiences. We have the orientation card there from Shamael. I'm immediately drawn to that map of the stars, the Stellaris, um, and that feeling of guidance and spiritual guidance. I have to say, I have never worked personally with Shamael's energy, but I do feel that you are about to receive an insight, a wisdom to take into the next 6 months. This reading should run from June the 21st. I'm recording this on the 18th, so perhaps the next 3 days or so. Please pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to little synchronicities and signs, because there's something that's there to guide you. Shamael appears in 3 out of the 6 positions for your reading. It would perhaps be an idea to research Archangel Shamael's energy, as he seems to be very, very strongly featured in your reading and would be the one to call on for assistance during this period. Over the lessons yet to be learned position, we have Shamael again, and this time with the reconciliation card. This has given me a new perspective on these 3 cards. Whilst I stand by what I said about reconciling Libra's earthy nature with their more dreamy nature, what I see here is a mother and daughter who have been divided or apart, either through confrontation, lack of relationship skills, or physical distance. They've not been close. And Shamael here, it seems to be offering a reconciliation. The reason I feel mother and daughter is that further down in the reading, we have another card with the parent and child, and I believe it's the mother and child motif. So there's a chance here to reconcile with your maternal influence. For those Libras whose mothers are spirit side who have passed, look out for more messages or a feeling of them being around you more during this next 6 month period, almost as if there's an invisible hand guiding you. You may hear of them more, sense them more, smells that were familiar to you when you were with them more, and see it as a sign of comfort of if there was any harshness before the end of them trying to reconcile that with you. In the karma that needs to be reconciled section, we have Zadkiel offering you pleasure. This was one of the key elements of your reading, were the 3 cards underneath, and it's nice to think that he's offering to restore pleasure into what's maybe perhaps been a painful experience for you, Libra. It feels as if he's offering you a renewed pleasure in love, in your relationships. Whilst many Librans tend to be very sensual creatures, I'm drawn to the fact that the lady in the card is swinging on a swing. This could be a rediscovery of childhood pleasures, of innocent pleasures. Certainly if there's someone out there who has been dealing with an addiction to drugs, I feel this reconnection feeling that I was getting from the previous card, and this pleasure feel with the simpler pleasures in life, is a sign of you regaining the feeling of joy in reality, as opposed to requiring anything to escape from reality. It's re-establishing your connections and finding pleasure therein, so that's awesome news. Archangel Raziel is guiding you over the most important lesson from this solstice cycle. Raziel is an energy I've worked with before. He's an electrifying angel. He's very, very connected to the psychic, the unseen, the occult, the revelation of mysteries, and he's showing you here Enigma. This very much fits in with the warning to watch what you're dabbling with in the occult. There are some things that are a mystery because at our stage of development they are required to remain a mystery. We couldn't understand the concept, or we couldn't use the concept or tools without causing harm on a wider scale. Raziel will be there to guide you through your spiritual path. You're also there to make sure that you're listening to your intuition when it comes to a new beginning in romantic relationships, and to bring you healing and healing messages regarding your previous relationships so that you can move forward with the Chariot energy. Shamael has appeared again in the helpful influences area of the reading, and this time he's bringing the word cherish to us. As you can see there, the mother and child, or nurturer and child motif repeated from earlier on. For some of you that will be literal, because this was the area where we did speak about the separation of a relationship, and that holding on energy could be holding on to your child. It could also be a warning not to use your child as a weapon in the arena of divorce. And if someone's been doing that against you, don't worry, it will work out. There is also a suggestion that Shamael is encouraging you to reconnect with your inner child, and that resonates with the message regarding these simpler pleasures in life. There's certainly a need here for self-nourishment, self-nurture and self-care. Moving forward from this period, the advice is only to take that with you which you cherish, and not to hold on to old junk, old wounds, old vengeance fantasies. The angel which is looking after you through the final position is Archangel Gabriel, one that I'm sure that we're all familiar with, the messenger angel, the Annunciation angel if you're Christian. Now regarding, this is where we had spoken about watching what you do in the occult, and I feel that Gabriel is working hand in hand with Raziel here to illuminate you as to why some things need to remain a mystery to you, what danger they pose to you personally, Libra, and on a wider scale. This is a sense of enlightenment that Gabriel is bringing to you regarding the things that are posing you dangers, or the things that are perhaps addictive in your life. Archangel Gabriel's also an excellent energy to work with if you need to get a message to someone with that reconciliation card at the top there. The angelic energies will intertwine with each other, absolutely no problem, to facilitate a certain outcome in your life. So there's no problem in calling on Gabriel and Raziel, or calling on Gabriel and Shamael, and they're available to you 24/7. Now we're going to pull a therapy card from the Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy deck. Have a look at how this healing will come about, or what healing we can bring in this next 6-month cycle. So we kick off with the card, You Are Profoundly Clairvoyant, over the lessons that we should have learned in the past 6 months. This is a card suggesting that you have learned about your inner wisdom, that you have made your own spiritual connection with that Three of Wands there, that meditation, that reaching out for essentially the sun, the solar god, the divine, and not trusting it to a third party such as religion. That you have learned that you do have a psychic gift, or that you do recognise now when you're receiving messages or signs for spirit. To enhance that, what they're saying is to keep practicing, keep noticing those synchronicities. You may have always repressed a part of yourself, fearing that it was somehow dangerous to you and your relationship with the divine. And the You Are Profoundly Clairvoyant card suggests to me that you're not delusional about your gifts, that what you have been gifted has been gifted by God. It would be more of a sin not to use it than to use it, in my opinion. Over the past life lessons yet to be learned position, you have Be Willing to Forgive. That resonates so strongly with the reconciliation message that we got from Archangel Shamael. Beneath it, that reconciliation of mother and daughter, or it could be between friends, is going to require forgiveness on your behalf, both of yourself and other. Realise that in every relationship, regardless of how innocent that we think we are, normally there is at least one thing that we have done that has triggered a reaction or a chain reaction. Obviously the other person may have brought it out in us, that we have reacted against our better natures. So in order for this reconciliation to take place, even the reconciliation of your gift with your earthly abilities, there's a need to be able to forgive. Forgive those who have told you you're not good enough. Forgive those who have told you you're crazy. Forgive anything that's been committed against you. And forgive yourself. A, for maybe allowing things to have gone further than you would have liked. And be for any part that you played in any disharmony. Over the karma that needs to be worked out position, we have the solar plexus chakra. Great card again, thoroughly resonates with what I've said before. The Justice card being in that position, this speaks to you about coming into your power. The solar plexus chakra card itself states it is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life. It feels like this card is encouraging you to revolt in a way against the Hierophant, against the people who have told you that this is the only way that you can be happy. You know how you can be happy. You know what will make you happy. You know what you're capable of. Deep down, Libra, you know what you're capable of. And you know what you've got to offer. It's that self-worth, that power to go and chase your dreams. You've got it, Libra. Everything's going to be great. Congratulations. Over the lessons yet to be learned, we have the Crown Chakra card. Yet another card reinforcing that feeling of psychic gifts growing. In this instance, I do seem to feel that what the Crown Chakra card is suggesting is that rather, if you strike a bad patch, if you feel weak, if there's something confusing you, rather than relying on worldly authorities, you have a connection to the divine and can use that wisdom. Certainly that is referenced in the star card that's laying underneath. You can use that wisdom to progress your path, to move you forward at any time. Look out for tingling round about the top of your head if you feel as if you're getting a message from Spirit or some kind of synchronicity, because it could be guidance on how you can move ahead effectively. In the helpful influences section of the reading, we have Archangel Michael overlooking the cards. It's not a surprise for me to see Archangel Michael working with the air signs, and certainly not with that legal feeling earlier on. Archangel Michael is a powerful ally to the air signs. He is all about logic. He's about the sword. He's about severity and mercy. So he works really well when there's a legal battle that you require to win. This can also be a battle to clear your name. Archangel Michael will provide you with the strength or help you access your own strength to get the truth out there. We do have the strength card further up the reading on deck, and I feel that with Archangel Michael in attendance, you can be assured with Archangel Michael in attendance that regardless of the outcome of any battle, that universal justice will be served. Archangel Michael is also in attendance over the things to avoid position. This is where we spoke about the occult and the dangers of the occult. It's also where we spoke about depressive thoughts, suicidal thoughts, that sort of negative energy. And the Shield Yourself card invites you to protect yourself against fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. This is the perfect card to see in this position, especially if you are new to developing a psychic gift or a spiritual gift. This reminds you, before you astral travel, before you do any sort of channeling or mediumship, cleanse yourself and shield yourself. After you do it, cleanse yourself, shield yourself. You can call on Archangel Michael anytime to help with the shielding process. And that wraps the reading up, Libra. Thank you so much for watching Talk Tarot. I will be back round about the 28th of June, which is the full moon, to see what we're getting rid of and what we're getting into in that small lunar cycle within this cycle. So come back and see me then. Do all the social stuff, like, click, do whatever. And I'll see you soon. Be blessed, Libra, and thanks again. Bye.